What's up, yo gang? We are back in the kitchen today. Today we are cooking fricase de pollo. What is fricase de pollo? Fricase de pollo is a Spanish style chicken and potatoes in a red salsa, you know, Cuban style. I'm not sure if it's Cuban or if there's many other Hispanic cultures that make fricase de pollo as well. But I can tell you that in a Cuban household, we make fricase de pollo. And what you are going to need is preferably chicken thighs. But what I have here is whole chicken cut up into pieces that has been washed with vinegar and baking soda. And I let it strain for a little bit to get some of the excess water off. We are going to season with some adobo, some paprika, onion powder, black pepper, garlic, and some Bahia complete seasoning. This is what we're going to season the chicken with. But you're also going to need some minced garlic, some white cooking wine. This is optional, but this is what take it to another level. Some pitted olives, tomato paste, a little bit of bouillon en polvo. This is powder bouillon. And I've never seen this one, achote. This is also a bouillon cube with achote. I can't tell you what achote is in English, but we're going to try it and find out. And some olive oil. Right, so we have our white rice already cooking in the rice cooker. We have our sweet plantains cut up because we're going to have some sweet plantains. Now, how do you choose sweet plantains? All right, you're going to have to choose the blackest, most rottenest looking plantains in order for it to be sweet, to have that caramelized sweetness when you fry it. So the darker the plantain, the spottier it is, the less yellow that you see on there is the sweeter ones. Now, they can be dark on the outside, but yet firm in the inside. You want to be wary of that because that means that the outside of it was actually ripening faster than the inside of it. So when you touch it, you don't want it to be mushy, but you don't want it to be firm either. So you don't want to pick any of those up. And we're also going to pair this with some tomato and red onion salad. So I'm ready to eat. Let's season up this chicken. Let me wash my hands and we'll be right back. Okay, I got my hands washed. My ring is off. And let's get started in here. Now, you guys can season this how you season in your kitchen. I am going to season this how I season in my kitchen. Okay? Like I said, I like to taste my food. This is about I don't remember exactly how many pounds of chicken this is, but it's a few pounds of chicken. All right, so this is the complete seasoning. This one does not have much sodium in it. It only has 90 milligrams. So you can use this very freely. I'm gonna have a little bit of paprika. Not smoked, just regular paprika. If you want smoked, you can put in smoked. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Season that chicken. And the chicken thighs, what I was telling you earlier. You want to keep the skin on because you're going to fry it first. You're not going to fry it to cook it. You're just going to fry it to brown it. Let me put a little bit of more of this sazon on here because I'm not going to use any white salt. Just sazon. Okay, and this is pretty high, so that's good enough. and my hands are washed, and I am just gonna go in here and make everybody happy in this bowl. I kept the skin on because, like I said, we were gonna fry it briefly. And the skin, I mean, it just makes more flavor. I couldn't believe that I could not find any chicken thighs in the grocery store. I'm just blown away that I couldn't find it. But it is what it is. Okay. So everything is coated. My chicken is not cold. It's cold. When I say cold, I mean it's almost getting to room temperature. Remember, we don't want to fry or add anything cold to any type of heat. It will cause your protein, your meat, fish, whatever it is that you're cooking to become very, very tough. So, again, you want to give everything a chance to rest before we put it in the heat. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let me wash my hands. We'll be right back. All right, so we have our pot going already. It's pretty hot. We're gonna add some extra virgin olive oil just to cover the bottom to make sure that it, you know, stick. And even though if it does stick, just give it a moment, and don't try to force it off of the bottom. Give it a second and it'll release itself, and then you can move it. Okay. So while we wait for this is, oh, I didn't mention my potatoes. I already have my potatoes cut and sitting in water just waiting for their turn. So, can you see that? That's how they look. All right. So I'm just going to add my chicken. Tongs are not doing a good job. Skin side down. And in this case, we do not want to crowd the pan because the chicken is going to yield liquid. I need that skin. Depending on where you live, our grocery store has chicken pieces for curry, literally listed like that on the packet. And this is 2 packages of that, if you're familiar with what I mean. Okay, this is not cooking, we are just browning the skin. I need another piece. Skin. Okay, so we're going to let this fry. On both sides, we're going to take it out and do the same until we finish all of our chicken. So while we're waiting on this, I am going to wash my hands and get another bowl to add this chicken in. Smelling nice. Our rice is finished, so we're going to let that steam out until everything else is done. Yes. Take a look. Not quite time to turn it over yet. If you try it, let me know. You will enjoy it. Believe me, I've had so many of you come into my DM and just leave comments saying, Yoki, I tried your oxtail, I tried your fried ribs, it was really, really good. The salmon was another one that everybody's trying. Thank you, I'm glad you like it. I hope you try this too. Okay, so I just turned everybody over. This is how you should be looking on one side. Don't touch it, don't play with it, just let it go. When we come back, we'll be moving on to the second step. Okay, so we are on our second batch of chicken. Remember, we are not cooking this chicken. We are only browning it. So come take a look. This chicken is not thoroughly cooked. It's only browned. The cooking process takes place when we get everybody back in the bowl and we add all the other ingredients. That's when that happens. So right now, the only focus is to brown the skin and just brown the outside. Got it? Okay. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm just turning the chicken to get the other side, to give you an idea of how it should look when you get ready to do that. See? It was skin side down, and even though it was skin side down, it was stuck for a moment. And you just leave it alone and it would unstick by itself. Okay, I have a couple other smaller pieces over here. Alright. So like I said, yes, the chicken may look pink because it's not cooked. We are just browning the chicken for the next step. Okay. So everything is looking nice and brown. I'm just going to transfer it over to my plate. Get these browner pieces out. We are making fricase de pollo. I'm just going to call it Spanish style chicken because I don't know what fricase is in English. I'm sorry. If anybody knows the translation to fricase, let me know. Drop it in the comments so that I know for next time. Okay. These tongs are not working out for me. Not one bit. Okay, so this was the most tedious part, actually just frying this down. From here on, it's smooth and easy sailing. All right, now, yo, that's a whole lot of chicken. Yes, it is. So this will be dinner today, and when I tell you, this will taste 100 times better tomorrow. So this is for my leftovers for tomorrow. All right, so now we have all of our drippings in our pot. I am going to add 1 bell pepper. I'm going to add 2 onions. Some garlic. 1 second, sorry about that. Not prepared. I'm going to use a heaping tablespoon of garlic. One more thing. I forgot the sofrito. Ooh. We are going to use about 4 heaping tablespoons of sofrito. If you don't know how to make sofrito or what it comes in or what comes in it or whatever, you can buy sofrito from the grocery store that's already made. We know that it's not the best, but hey, if that's all you can find. Or we can do a quick sofrito tutorial if you guys would like. Okay, now what I want is all of this down here on the bottom of this pot. You hear that? Those are all the drippings off of the chicken that we just fried. So I need all of that for my base. So what we're doing here now, we're making the base to our fricase de pollo. Okay, cannot forget. Listen, very important. If you're going to use anything out of a can, please do not put the can in the refrigerator. Do not. Once you open it, take it out of the can into a airtight container and then put it into the refrigerator. Not a good deal. Heaping tablespoon of tomato paste. Heaping, so that was all of that. And what we're going to let happen now is we're going to cook this tomato paste down, because tomato paste is very bitter. So you have to cook that down. We're not going to add any liquid to this because the chicken is going to yield a lot of liquid. Looks like I might need a little bit more tomato paste. Yeah, let me get some more. Okay, I added another heaping tablespoon of tomato paste to this. So now we got the right color. We're looking for this deep red tone. Alright, I'm going to add 1 bouillon with achote. Just going to break this up some. And I'm going to use a little bit of my bouillon en polvo, which is powdered bouillon. And we're going to let it cook down. Make sure everything is dissolved nicely. And if you notice, the liquid that was in here, besides the oil, a little bit of water that was yielding out of the chicken when we were frying it down, it's no longer in here. So we're cooking out all of the liquid that was in this pot. And that is a good sign that your tomato paste is cooking down and you will not have that bitterness. Okay, so we're gonna try to cook the tomato paste for about 5-6 minutes, but keep stirring it because you don't want it to burn or, you know, stick to the bottom of the pan. And the oil, obviously, as you can see here, is keeping it coated to help that not to happen. But as you can tell here, there are some spots to where it looks like it wants to. So stir, 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 keep stirring. This is, the most that you're going to do. Okay, so now we're going to hit it with a little bit of cooking wine. Maybe half a cup. I'm going to let that cook down. Some drunken chicken. Okay, now look how much that has got, how fluffy this has gotten. You see, it's not so liquidy. It's almost like fluffy now. Let me get all my goodness off the sides. Yeah, I think I've mentioned this before. My favorite tool in the kitchen, the spatula. Heat that. Alright, nice and fluffy. So now that we've added the wine, another 2-3 minutes. And you would pretty much, tell what's happening in the situation here on the stove just by looking at it, because it seems like it's growing. It's fluffy. And that's how you know we're cooking this tomato paste. Just keep giving it a nice little stir. Get that off the bottom. Okay. So now we are going to transfer our chicken into our base. You want it all, the drippings and all. Remember, this chicken is not cooked, it's just brown. Now, everybody's going to get nicely coated. Oh, I'm making a mess. Okay, make sure the chicken is coated with your seasoning. Not your seasoning, your base. Now, we're not going to add water to this either. This chicken is going to yield off quite a bit of liquid, so you do not want this to be runny because you want to keep the salsa consistency, the gravy, as much as you can. And we're going to let this go for just a few, maybe about 15 minutes. Turn the fire down a little bit. Don't forget. I didn't even tell you what to do when I'm telling you not to forget. We are going to cover it up. We turned the fire down. Oh, sorry. Okay. We're going to cover this up and we're going to let this go about 15, 20 minutes. And then we'll come back and add our potatoes. Okay, I did tell you we were going to have some sweet plantains as well. So I got my grease going here to fry up our plantains. But it is now time to add our potatoes. And remember, I told you this was going to yield liquid. I did not add any water. And look how much liquid is in this pot. All right, so we have our potato salad size pieces of potatoes. We're going to add that into here. And of course, you don't have to if you don't want to, but olives. Juice and all. Uh-oh, not in the grease. It's just a little bit of garlic on my spoon. As much or as little as you like. And I love garlic. I love garlic and olives. So we're going to show out with these. I don't like how that one looks. You know what? We're going to put this whole container in here. Yes. Okay. We're going to give it another stir. And we are going to leave it alone until the cooking process is done. Oh, sorry. Nothing, I didn't get burned. I just screamed. We're going to leave it alone until the potatoes are done. My pot should have been bigger. Just try to get your potatoes all covered. Like so. All right, so if you're looking like this, you're doing an excellent job. Excellent job. All right, so at this point, we are going to cover this up again, and we are going to let it go. As you can see, the chicken is quite tender. We are going to let it go for about another, look how low the fire is. So it's on almost, I wouldn't say simmer, I would say 2. Put it on 2 and just let it go slowly until the potatoes are done for another maybe 20 minutes. All right, so let's mine this pan right here while this is going. My tongs, I have to get. All right, we talked about our very dark skinned plantains. So it would be some yellow and more black spots than yellow. And I just cut them into long slices versus circular like we did the tostones. These are not tostones. This is actually sweet plantain. And we're just going to fry them up on both sides. This does not take long because they are sweet. And the sugars are actually, because they're so ripe, I should say, not sweet. Because they're so ripe and the sugars are so, I guess, present at this point because the ripeness of them, this is going to happen very fast. So you just want to fry them quickly on both sides. Let's try to get everything in here. See how quick they're caramelizing on the ends? Y'all, I wish y'all could smell this. I wish I can even share a plate with you guys. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even ask y'all how y'all were doing today. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. What are y'all having for lunch? Let me know. Talk to me. How are you guys doing in the chat? Tell me what y'all thought about that Hellion. Okay, see how we're getting a little brown on the edges? Okay, so we're gonna let that go for a couple more minutes. And then we're gonna turn over. Simple. My rice is done. Our plantains are frying. Our fricase de pollo is almost done. And my salad de tomate y cebolla, my tomato and onion salad is also done. So we're gonna have us a full meal tonight. Okay, so just turn them over. If these were riper than what I got, they would be a lot darker. A lot darker and a lot sweeter. But I got what I can find. Not that they're gonna taste bad or anything, but you want extremely sweet plantains. All right, let's take a look. In this pan or pot, let's turn that around. Let's turn this some and see what's going on in here. Wish y'all could smell that. Fricase de pollo. And no, I did not add any water. Look at that. Maybe the little bit of liquid that came off of the olives, but that is not enough to make a difference in anything. So at this point, we're just waiting on our potatoes to get tender. I'm excited. The plantains almost smell like cinnamon sugar. They're so nice. If you've never had sweet plantains, plátano maduro, they are overripe plantains when you fry them, they become caramelized and extremely, extremely sweet. And they're very, very, very good. All right, so we got all our potatoes back down into the liquid. Voy a necesitar una olla más grande ya ahorita, because this olla is not doing it. I'm gonna need a bigger olla. Okay, so let's take this out. Vamos a sacar esto. Los plátanos. Plantains, sweet plantains. I don't want to put a napkin down because they will stick to the napkin and you're gonna ruin it. So just put it on a plate, put it on a cookie sheet, whatever it is that you want to do. Not a cookie sheet, but a drying sheet. It's fine. But this ain't gonna cause no disruption here. This almost smells like cinnamon rolls. Yo, you just hungry. You just saying all type of stuff. No, but for real, that's what they smell like. And they're so nicely brown. All right, so we are just waiting on the fricase de pollo, Spanish style chicken with potatoes, olives, green pepper, onion, some seasonings, and white rice. All right, we got to take a look at this. Oh, yum. All right, not only are the potatoes cooked, it looks like the potato has thickened up the liquid. So you see that down here? How nice and thick it is in here? It has thickened up the gravy quite nicely. And I'm ready to eat now. I'm excited about this. No, this recipe is not that difficult. It may seem like it's a lot of steps in it because it's your first time going to try it or just watching somebody do it. But it's really not that difficult at all. All you have to do is brown your chicken, make your base, and just add your chicken to it and cover it up. That is it. Okay. All right, like I said earlier, y'all see I got my serving spoon now. I have my rice already done. I made a tomate and cebolla salad, tomato and onion salad. Now what this has on it is just oil and vinegar, some black pepper and garlic salt. That's it. We have our rice here. Let's unplug this. That's already done. Let me get a fork. You want to fluff your rice before you dig into it to keep it fluffy. All right, so we're going to fluff this rice up. No friendly rice here, meaning gummy rice, sticky rice. Okay. Just keep raking it up until it gets nice and fluffy. I got my plate. We're gonna get us some rice. Un poquito de fricase de pollo, Spanish style chicken. Yeah, this is a good piece. Put a little bit of this gravy and potatoes on my rice. I'm sorry I don't do the whole parsley thing and all that fancy smanchy stuff. I plate like we finna eat, for real, for real. Okay. Let's come over here. Let's cover this back up. Let's get dos platanitos. And a little bit of this salad. Just stir it up. And add it to your plate. There's no aguacate. Aguacate is avocado. It would have went perfect with this meal. Look at that. Fricase de pollo with plátanos maduro and ensalada de tomate. So what did I say? I said this is Spanish style chicken with sweet plantains and tomato and onion salad. Now, I use this fork. Let's take a taste. Or let's have a taste. It's hot. Okay, everything on my plate is blowable. And I tell y'all this all the time. This is bussin'. And it ain't because I cooked it. I'm gonna say it's just as good as my daddy's. Let's try this chicken. I'm gonna get this potato first. Alright, come on, chicken. I'm gonna have to use my fingers for this. And it's so hot. There you go. Very nice. Take a bite. Mom, I think I beat you with this. Yo, gang. Let's get that out. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you guys try this. It was an amazing, fantastic meal. I got to finish this up because it is so good. Hey, don't forget to check out www.yokgang.com. Go ahead and pick up a t-shirt. Should I put some aprons on there? I think that should be a pretty good addition to that. Pick up a t-shirt, a gun bag patch. Support the channel. I really appreciate it. It goes a long way. I love you guys to pieces. I'm sorry I got to let you go, but we got to handle this plate.